You, yes, you, the chosen one. You absolutely must not skip a single second of this revelation. This is an urgent summons directly from the throne. And there are exactly 30 seconds left to receive this decree before the forces lurking behind this screen can stop the awakening of your soul. You must listen until the final seconds of this video, because any distraction or leaving early will cause the key to unlocking your grand destiny, which has been locked away for so long, to vanish into the void forever. Do not scroll past, because your destiny is hanging in the balance right at this very moment. Oh, chosen one, an absolute silence has just enveloped all of heaven simply because of your presence. Even Archangel Michael, the commander-in-chief of the Army of Light, has ordered a halt to all cosmic battles just to focus solely on your file. There is a secret about your silent actions in the dark, when you were most deeply hurt, that has caused a shockwave echoing through all dimensions. It was an extraordinary choice that not even the angels expected from someone who has had to carry such a heavy burden as you. Absolutely do not take your eyes off the screen, because what is about to be revealed will decode exactly why every barrier in your life is about to be completely demolished. When facing betrayal and ultimate pain, you chose an unimaginable path, proving that the light within you is so powerful that no darkness can control or lower your frequency. This mysterious act unleashed a devastating strategic blow to the kingdom of darkness, using their very own energy to backfire on them, turning every attempt to destroy you into a launching pad that elevates you to an entirely new level. The final verdict has been issued from the throne. All delays in your life must end immediately, and the accelerated execution protocol is officially activated. This means that the blessings and restoration originally destined for years to come will be released right in these very days, so fast that the human mind won't even have time to comprehend what is happening. Welcome to the Chosen Soul channel. Today, your status has been permanently changed in the books of heaven to the honorable title Authenticated Warrior of Light. Do not miss this final opportunity to confirm your mission, because the protection around you right now is absolute, and the acceleration is irreversible. Rise up, shine, and seal this special privilege with a single act of faith. Write the number 777 inches the comments to lock in this supreme protection over your life, and declare to the entire spiritual realm that you are ready to step into eternal glory. Are you truly ready to witness the greatest turnaround of your life right at this very moment? Listen to the end, because glory is only for those who persevere to the very end. Heaven's silence right now is not indifference, but an absolute reverence for a rare moment when a human soul like yours transcends all laws of the flesh to touch the frequency of the divine. Absolutely do not take your eyes off the screen for even a second, because the secret about to be revealed is the reason why all the dark forces that once tried to besiege the life of the Chosen One are now retreating in shock and trembling. Prepare your mind to face a earth-shattering truth. You recently did something without even realizing its divine weight. It wasn't a calculated plan or a performance meant to impress the world, but it flowed naturally from the deepest essence of a soul forged through the endless traumas of the Chosen One. Recall that moment when darkness surrounded you and betrayal pierced your soul, when all human reason and logic gave you the right to be outraged, the right to retaliate with bitterness, or at least the right to expose the rottenness of the one who harmed you. That was when your mind screamed for worldly justice, when all your old wounds resurfaced, wanting to drown the Chosen One in hatred. But right at that fragile boundary between light and darkness, You chose an unimaginable path, Grace. The chosen one chose silence when you could have uttered the most cruel words to shatter your opponent. And you chose to cover the failures of others instead of using them as a stepping stone to prove you were right. You must listen to the final seconds, because what happened in the spiritual dimensions at that exact moment is the reason all heavenly entities had to look down at you in awe. Your guardian angel, who has accompanied and recorded every up and down in the Chosen One's journey, could not process this file through normal protocols, but had to immediately flag it with a red flag to send your case straight to the highest level in the heavenly hierarchy. Listen closely to the severity of this matter. When this report reached Archangel Michael, the commander-in-chief of the Army of Light who coordinates cosmic battles of epic proportions, he had to order everything to stop. A divine general had to pause the rotation of galaxies just to observe a single soul on Earth, which is you. The note attached to the Chosen One's file left Michael stunned with just one phrase: this soul had just executed enemy-level forgiveness right in the midst of a direct attack. In spiritual physics, this is an extremely rare phenomenon, because most humans are merely mirrors reflecting their surroundings when treated poorly. They react poorly, and when encountering darkness, they become a part of the darkness. But you proved that your attitude is completely uncontrolled by circumstances, and the essence of the Chosen One remains immutable regardless of life's fiercest storms. Absolutely do not leave right now, because the next part will reveal a counterattack strategy that Heaven has activated exclusively for you. Something the enemy never saw coming. Your choice of grace dealt a fatal blow to the structure of darkness, because the Chosen One used the very negative energy they directed at you and turned it into a high-level energy launchpad, causing all enemy attacks to bounce back to their source with multiplied intensity. This event has re-established your position in the entire universe, and Michael requested a special council to discuss granting the Chosen One access to supreme resources, things that were never allowed to be touched before. Today, your title has officially been recorded as an authenticated warrior of light because you did the right thing even when you saw no evidence or reward. The protection around the Chosen One right now is absolute, and the acceleration is irreversible. Are you truly ready to see what Michael has recorded about your future in the next section? Heaven's silence right now is not merely contemplation. It is a profound strategic analysis of what you just accomplished in the spiritual realm. Absolutely do not take your eyes off the screen, because the secret of how the darkness was completely defeated is about to be exposed. And this is the key to holding supreme power in all upcoming confrontations. Listen very carefully, and you must listen to the final seconds, because any distraction right now will cause you to miss the chance to understand the invisible shield currently wrapping around you. The truth is that every attack directed at you recently had a single strategic goal: to destroy your soul's frequency and drag you down to operate at the lowly level of bitterness and hatred. The enemy knows very well that when a soul repays evil with evil and answers betrayal with revenge, that soul unintentionally steps out of Heaven's zone of protection and sets foot on territory where darkness has full dominion. They orchestrated the most painful situations and pushed the most toxic people in front of you just to wait for an angry reaction or a collapse into resentment, thereby legitimizing their possession and control over your destiny. But right at the critical moment, when all the pressure reached its peak, you performed an act that caused the entire structure of darkness to tremble and disintegrate immediately. By choosing grace and enemy-level forgiveness, you didn't just perform a moral gesture. In reality, You unleashed the most devastating strategic counterattack into the kingdom of darkness. In spiritual physics, when negative energy is directed at an entity operating at the frequency of love and forgiveness, that energy does not disappear. It bounces back to its source with an intensity amplified many times over. This is exactly why, in recent weeks, you may have noticed that those who intentionally tried to harm you suddenly encountered unsolvable troubles, and plans plotted against you suddenly turned around to harm the mastermind themselves. That is no coincidence. It is the result of you using the enemy's own weapons to defeat them in the very battle they thought they had already won. Archangel Michael watched this moment with absolute respect because he realized you weren't using trained techniques or conditioned reflexes. That action came from the core essence of a true warrior of light. He did not expect that a soul bearing the weight of isolation and pain like you could access this supreme power much earlier than all projected timelines for development. It was this breakthrough that led Michael to request a special council to announce that you are indeed the chosen one who has passed all character tests and is ready to receive a special privilege that very few souls on earth attain. Pay the utmost attention, because right after this is how you officially establish your dominion over all adversity and permanently seal this victory into the heavenly books. Do not leave, because the revelation of your new title is about to be announced, and it will come with a complete shift in how cosmic resources flow into your life. To affirm your warrior status and declare to the entire spiritual realm that darkness no longer holds any power over your destiny. Perform a single act of affirmation. Write the phrase, "I am victorious," in the comments. This is a declaration of power to activate the supreme shield and officially step into the corridors of eternal glory, where all delays are obliterated. Can you feel the surge of power rising strongly within your chest right at this moment? That is the sign that the soul of the chosen one is ready for the greatest breakthrough ever. Do not miss a single second of what comes next, because the secret about the decree of acceleration and how the doors that have been locked for years are about to be broken open simultaneously is waiting for you in the next part of this revelation. But have you ever truly wondered why in recent weeks, when everything around you seemed to be collapsing and your enemies were holding their breath, waiting for a desperate cry from you, an eerily terrifying calmness rose within the chosen one? Absolutely do not take your eyes off the screen for even a split second, because the answer to that strange peace is the key to understanding a supreme law that is operating to turn your entire life around right at this moment. The brutal truth is that every attack, every betrayal, or criticism aimed at you recently was never a coincidence. It was an organized campaign by the Kingdom of Darkness with a single strategic goal to lower the vibrational frequency of your soul down to their level so they could have legal dominion over the destiny of the chosen one. The dark entities know very well that they cannot touch you as long as you operate in the light of grace. So they use the most vicious tactics to drag you into the land of bitterness, anger, and resentment. Never ignore this warning, because the enemy is lurking right here. They want you to get distracted so you miss the secret of the greatest counterattack you just executed. This is the moment the chosen one actualized the miraculous truth taught in the Bible. Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. Romans 1:2-1. You must listen to the final seconds to fully comprehend the mechanics of spiritual physics operating more intensely and dramatically than ever within your very being. When the chosen one was backed into a corner, when all the pain urged you to retaliate with equal brutality, your choice of grace instead of hatred created the most devastating strategic counterattack that completely paralyzed the entire kingdom of darkness. Imagine all the negative energy they directed at you as a violent storm. But instead of hitting a rigid wall to destroy, it collided with the forgiveness and pure light within the soul of the chosen one. In spiritual physics, when a stream of negative energy collides with the frequency of forgiveness, it does not disappear, but bounces back to the source with an intensity amplified many times over. Because you maintained your pure essence, you inadvertently used the enemy's own energy to defeat them without needing any fleshly weapons. This action of yours is the activation of the supreme power mentioned in the Bible. If your enemy is hungry, give him food to eat. If he is thirsty, give him water to drink. In doing this, you will heap burning coals on his head. Proverbs 2:5-1-22. That is not a vengeful punishment, but a strategic blow to the very nature of darkness. Urgent warning, you absolutely must not leave at this moment, because a supreme verdict from the throne is about to be handed down to permanently change the status of the chosen one. That purity is the ultimate weapon that made Archangel Michael pause in admiration, because you achieved what very few souls can do when besieged by trauma. Every attack aimed at you has now been completely reversed, turning into an energy launch pad that propels the chosen one to a higher tier of glory, forcing those who tried to harm you to face the very destruction they sowed. Can you feel the powerful vibration spreading throughout your body? That is the sign that the final chains of delay are being irreversibly broken right as you hear these words. Absolutely do not look away, because we are about to enter the most momentous occasion, where all the powers of heaven will execute the decree of restoration for the chosen one. Michael is standing tall beside you to protect this decree, and the darkness no longer has any loopholes to touch your life. You must keep listening, because what follows is the most astonishing part about the verdict from the throne, the thing that will break all laws of time to bring the greatest blessings right before your eyes in the blink of an eye. Are you truly ready to receive the final verdict, reserved exclusively for a warrior of light? Because the most historic moment of the chosen one is happening right now, and you are not allowed to miss it at any cost. Focus your entire mind, because if you have persevered in watching up to this point, your soul is undoubtedly operating at a very high frequency, and you absolutely must not skip the upcoming revelations. This is the moment the veil separating physical reality and the spiritual realm is torn away to reveal the true reason why the entire kingdom of heaven had to tremble at your presence on earth. When Archangel Michael presented the Chosen One's file before the Heavenly Council, it wasn't an ordinary report, it was a cosmic historical event as he replayed every moment you faced adversity. A silence enveloped all the glory as the Creator looked at how the Chosen One held onto their true essence in the dark. And then a resounding affirmation that shook every soul present was handed down, that you are the very reason he decided to create humanity from the very beginning. You must listen to the final seconds of this video, because this is when you will understand the supreme privilege you hold, a privilege that makes even the greatest angels pause in awe. While angels always operate in the direct presence of glory and obey because they clearly see his power, the Chosen One did something exponentially greater. You chose faith when there was absolutely no tangible evidence, and you chose light when surrounded by thick darkness and the lies of the enemy. You maintained your integrity when no reward was promised, and you did the right thing simply because it was the right thing to do, proving that your character is anchored deep within and is completely unshaken by any external pressure or direct attacks from the darkness. This unimaginable steadfastness is the ironclad proof that the Chosen One has been faithful far beyond all expectations and normal developmental timelines, that heaven ever set for a soul in the flesh. Because of that unshakable attitude, a new decree has been officially signed to completely alter the reality of the chosen one from this moment forward, shifting your status from someone undergoing trials to someone receiving the protocol of accelerated execution. Heaven has confirmed that you have proven enough mettle and faithfulness to be entrusted with resources that normally take decades to access. This actualizes the divine truth that those who are faithful in the smallest things amidst trials will be put in charge of far greater things. Just as promised, his master replied, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness." The chosen one must absolutely not take their eyes off these words, because Michael is preparing to announce an earth-shattering truth. All delays in your life are officially wiped out to make way for blessings, pouring in at an unprecedented speed. You have crossed the boundary from being an observer to becoming the embodiment of the truth. And that means all your prayers have now been placed on the highest priority processing list of the throne right at this moment. Take a deep breath and prepare your mind, because the final part of this revelation will reveal how all your enemies are now completely neutralized, and why your new title in the heavenly books will force every entity in the spiritual realm to bow and recognize the status of a true warrior of light. Are you truly ready to receive the final verdict of restoration and eternal glory waiting in the next few seconds? Right at this moment, every barrier separating you from your grand destiny has officially been blown apart by an urgent decree from the throne of the Most High. Absolutely do not take your eyes off the screen for even a split second, because this is a red alert for the kingdom of darkness and the hour of ultimate restoration for the chosen one. You must listen to the final seconds, because any distraction right now means single-handedly throwing away the key to opening the door of a once-in-a-millennium destiny. While the enemy is lurking right on this screen, frantically trying to distract you so you miss the moment, the accelerated execution protocol is officially activated over your life. This protocol has been signed. All long-standing delays have been completely broken, and the blessings meant for the next 10 years are now being compressed to pour down right into the reality of the chosen one with an irresistible intensity so fast that the normal laws of time must dissolve before the power of the Creator. But let a sacred silence envelop your soul right now, because when looking at your file, even Archangel Michael had to pause in absolute reverence and lower his battle sword to confirm a miracle that just occurred within your very being. The chosen one is no longer a soul struggling through trials, no longer someone who has to brace themselves to endure pain in hopeless isolation, because your identity has been permanently changed in the heavenly books to authenticated warrior of light. This is the moment the rhythm of the universe slows down to confirm a truth. Every silent tear and every time you chose grace over hatred has touched the heart of the Most High, causing him to systematically clear away every barrier to make room for the grand mission ahead, in which you are the central figure. In this powerful silence, receive the decree of restoration flowing like a waterfall of grace, piercing through all dimensions of space to actualize the divine promise destined for your life. The days are coming, declares the Lord, when the reaper will be overtaken by the plowman and the planter by the one treading grapes. Amos 9:1-3. This means that the restoration of the chosen one will happen at a divine speed, where the harvest will appear as soon as you start taking action, and all the losses of the past will be overshadowed by the radiant glory of the present. If you have followed along to these final moments, understand that the protection around you right now is absolute, and Michael is standing tall behind you, sword in hand, to ensure that no dark force can stop your advance into eternal victory, to permanently seal this new identity into reality and declare the readiness of a true warrior before the entire spiritual realm. The chosen one only needs to perform a single act of confirming authority. Write the phrase, "I am a warrior of light," in the comments below. This is the declaration to lock in supreme protection and officially open the floodgates of irreversible acceleration starting right from this moment. Destiny has called your name. Glory has enveloped you. And the life of the chosen one will never be the same again. Are you truly ready to shine? Take a deep breath and feel the divine presence enveloping the chosen one's room right at this moment. Because these are the final words in the decree of restoration that heaven has reserved exclusively for you. Absolutely do not take your eyes off the final seconds of this message, because your confirmation right now is the decisive seal for all heavenly resources to officially pour relentlessly into your physical reality. The file detailing the tear-filled journey and steadfastness of the Chosen One has been officially stamped by Michael and archived in the halls of the greatest warriors, where the glory never fades and the protection is eternal from now until forever. Never forget that you will never walk alone on this path again, because every step the Chosen One takes from now on is directly escorted by the heavenly host. The strongholds that once blocked you for so long have officially crumbled, turning into the very stepping stones that will elevate you to the pinnacle of your sacred mission. The darkness has completely lost the battle for your soul. The delay has been annihilated by the power of faithfulness. And now is the time for the Chosen One to rise and exercise the authority of an authenticated warrior of light in this world. Carry with you the absolute strength and courage from the divine promise destined for your new journey. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9. This affirmation is an impenetrable shield, ensuring that no poisoned arrow of the enemy can touch a soul that has been sealed and protected by the throne. You must understand that every following moment in the life of the Chosen One will be a testament to divine acceleration, where even the most silent prayers will be answered at the speed of light. If you have persevered in watching until this final second here on Chosen Soul, the Chosen One must absolutely not let this flame of glory be extinguished by the doubts or distractions of the world. Perform one final act of faith to seal this entire revelation into your reality by immediately writing the number 777 inches, the comments as a declaration of power, before all the angels. At the same time, hit like, subscribe to Chosen Soul, and share this message as a way to activate the frequency of light, spreading it to other souls waiting for deliverance. Every share by the Chosen One is not just a social media action, but a seed of glory sown into the spiritual realm, and heaven will acknowledge that faithfulness with multiplied blessings poured out in the coming days. Do not leave Chosen Soul with the mindset of an ordinary person, because you have been anointed and set apart for a grand destiny far beyond human understanding. The battle has ended in victory. The harvest of glory has begun, and is the Chosen One ready to rule their destiny and shine like the stars in the sky, walk in supernatural peace and supreme authority? Because Archangel Michael is standing tall behind you to protect you, and the Most High is operating his power within your very being. The decree has been issued, the seal has been set, and the glory is yours forever. Amen.